What are 5 bourbons I wish I had bunkered behind me? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today we're going to go over the 5 bottles of bourbon that I wish I had bunkered behind me and had multiple bottles of, because I'm running low on these bottles and I don't have a backup of, and I wish I did. But before we get into the bottles, I want to thank you guys so much for the love and support that you are bringing to the channel. It is absolutely mind-boggling how you guys just keep supporting the channel like you would not believe. I'm going to give a challenge out to you guys. Let's hit 250 likes on this video. We've been coming close to that 200 like mark, but I want to hit 250 likes for this video, so smash that like button down below. We are also creeping closer and closer to 4,000 subscribers, so I want to do a Q&A for you guys. So if you have any questions that you want to ask me, leave them down in the comment section down below so that I can answer them for a Q&A video here in the near future. So make sure you leave your questions that you've always been wanting to ask me down in the comments below. And one more thing, check out the Patreon. Patreon helps the channel like you wouldn't believe. For as little as $2 a month, you can join the amazing Everyday Drinker community. But enough of the soppy stuff. Let's get into the bottles that I wish I had bunkered behind me. All right, so bottle number 1 is one that was released last year. It is a Heaven Hill product. It is a wheated bourbon, and it is the last release of last year. It also won Best Bourbon of the Year for 2022 for my blind ranking, and I think my blind ranking might have been the best of the year. But without further ado, let's find out what that bottle is.
Don't ask me about my freedom. Don't ask me about my wisdom.
That bottle goes to Larceny batch C922. This is a killer bottle, absolutely delicious. It's bottled at 126.6 proof. I believe it was the highest proof bottle release of Heaven Hill last year. Absolutely delicious. This is a maple syrup, cinnamon. It's just an absolute breakfast in a glass, and I absolutely love it. And I wish I had a second bottle of it, and I have been looking for it, but I just cannot find it for under $100. Bottle number 2 comes from another release from last year, and it is the first bottle of this brand that I picked up, and I absolutely fell in love with it. This brand supports the channel like you wouldn't believe, and that bottle goes to Barrell Bourbon batch 31. I absolutely love this bottle so much, and I've been looking for a backup of it because it was the first bottle that really introduced me to what a delicious blended bourbon can be. I really didn't know what they could be at the time. And if you've been part of the channel for a while, you know the story about this bottle. I was in a store, guy called up a buddy, and he was like, hey man, there's a couple of bottles on the shelf here. I'm not quite sure what these are. His buddy said, pick this up because it is a delicious bottle. I picked it up, his buddy didn't pick it up, and I bet you he's wishing he did. And like I keep saying, I wish I had another bottle of this that I had on backup, because the flavor profile of this, it's a beginner bourbon drinker's dream, right? It's that caramel, it's that rich vanilla, it's got a little bit of an oaky backbone to it, but rounding it off, it's just a very, very sweet and delicious pour, and I absolutely love this Barrell Bourbon batch 31. And bottle number 3 that I wish I had a backup of is one that I didn't even know that was released, and I picked it up because it looked interesting and I wasn't quite sure what exactly it was. You know how much I love this kind of a finish, and when I picked it up and tried it, it is an absolute flavor blaster in your mouth.
You want it, you need it, but why?
And that bottle goes to Blue Note Las Notas. This is the 2022 release. This is, I can't tell you enough what a French oak vanilla rich creaminess that this bottle has. It has a weird mustiness in there. We all talk about the wild turkey funk, right? This has a funk to it, but it's a sweet funk. It's almost like it's a candied mushroom. I don't like mushrooms, but if there was a candied mushroom, I think I might like it. This has that like sweet, funky, rich vanilla, comes in with a little bit of a cherry, but it has a little bit of a maple syrup in there as well that I just absolutely find to be divine, and I absolutely love this bottle. And when I found it in Tennessee, I didn't know what it was, and I think that it was marked down. Not quite sure why. I think they might have had a wrong pricing on it because this was $31, and I I had to pick it up because it was a Blue Note, barrel proof, French oak barrel finish, not just French oak staves, but barrels. And I can tell you right now, delicious, delicious pour, and I wish I had a backup of it, and I'm not even a quarter of the way down the bottle. And bottle number 4 is one that you could only imagine that I wish I had a backup of. It was one that I wish everybody could have a bottle of. And, well, that bottle goes too. E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. Now, we just did a blind of all of the Buffalo Trace barrel proof products that I have at my ready. We had the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, we had Stag Junior, we had Benchmark Full Proof, we had Blanton Straight from the Barrel, and the one that came out on top is this one right here. Absolutely insane nose that this bottle puts out, but the flavor that comes out on the palate follows that nose true and true, and it is a delicious, delicious pour. If you want my true notes that I was getting blind of this glass right here, I will leave a link down below for that Buffalo Trace barrel proof blind. Go check it out because it was an absolute fun video to record, and it came out on top for a reason. It's an absolute delicious pour. Now, before we get into the last and final bottle of the video, of the bottles that I wish I had bunkered, and another bottle behind me that I could just enjoy this one a little bit more, knowing that I had the satisfaction that there was a backup of. A couple videos ago, I did the face follow camera. Y'all said that you did not like it one bit. I changed it up immediately, and I hope you guys enjoy just the steady stationary cam, because I went back and watched the video on the big screen, and yeah, it was definitely a little bit wobbly and stuff like that. So I'm making sure to keep it on the stationary so that you guys don't get seasick watching my videos. Now, bottle number 5, you guys have probably waited till the very end to see this bottle come out onto the bar top, because you know what this bottle is. And if you don't, you're probably new to the channel, but if you do, you do. And it is probably my favorite bottle of bourbon that I've ever sipped. And it is an absolute delicious pour. It is just insanely delicious, and I wish I just had backups on backups on backups of it, because if I had just one bottle of bourbon for the rest of my life, I think that this one would be it. And well, let me just bring it out here, put him on the bar top, and let him speak for himself. Penelope Rio. Now we did a review on this bad boy right here. Again, I'll leave a link towards the video of this bottle right here, just so you know exactly what my flavor profile was on this on the time of the review. But since the very beginning of the bottle to the middle of the bottle where we are now, probably a little bit below the midline, I wish I had a backup of this so bad. I might have to spend a little bit of money just so I have a backup of it, because it is my prized possession right now. It is my most favorite bottle of bourbon on the shelf, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'll tell you this: if you like snickerdoodles, if you like honey buns, if you like those baking spices, if you like sweet, and you want a dessert bourbon, this right here is the one that you're gonna go for, because it packs all of those into one little tiny ball. And when it hits your flavor buds on your tongue, it explodes into a flavor blast that just sends you into the abyss, into the bourbon heaven. And I can only tell you right now that it's probably my favorite sip on my bar top. I've said that a couple of times, but I can tell you again, this right here is probably my favorite sip on the bar. And I wish I had a backup of it. I wish I had a backup of all 5 of these, because I would go through them like hotcakes. They are absolutely delicious pours. So there you guys have it. Those are the 5 bottles of bourbons I wish I had backups of. Leave your questions down below in the comments for that 4,000 subscriber Q&A. Leave your comments down below on bottles that you wish you had bunkered on your bar top or on your shelves, so that you had plenty of those bottles for you to go back to and enjoy time and time again. Till next time, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. Cheers.